Gen Z Unemployment Simulator 2025.
Challenging markets for entry-level jobs in a decade.
I've applied, I think, for every job on earth.
I honestly don't know what's worse. People who are stuck at a job that they hate and they can't find a better one to replace it because the job market is trash, or people that are unemployed looking for a job and they can't find one, because both can be terrible at times.
Me, I felt like
Gen Z boss and a mini. Gen Z boss and a
You did it. You got the paper. I'm so fucking proud of you. You followed your dreams or your passions or whatever the hell you were being told to do, and you absolutely crushed it. Yeah, you know, maybe you had one...
I saw a tweet that said, life has gotten so crazy, following your dreams is actually not even the risky thing to do anymore.
Too many panic attacks or alcoholic-induced benders here and there, you know, but, you know, that's besides the point, because you did it. You are now part of a proud and dignified lineage of individuals dating back to hundreds of generations. And your nights of endless studying, partying, and absolute debauchery that may or may not have put you on a few undisclosed government watch lists have finally come to an end. You have what in recent history has been seen as the key in this country to grow a lucrative future for yourself. It's one of those things that are taught to us at a young age ever since we're unwillingly shoved into the national education system that we need to have that piece of paper in our lives. Teachers will tell you, school guidance counselors are going to tell you,
degrees are
parents
useless.
and family are going to tell you, Greg with the weird eye and missing teeth behind the Walmart are going to tell you that if you don't answer the call to join those happy 18 to 20 something year olds posing in front of that overpriced college brochure, that bad things are going to happen to you. The point is that doors are going to start opening up for you, right? New career prospects and the potential to grow within your field are all now within your grasp, and who knows, you know, now that you have that job and that guaranteed financial security that comes with it, maybe you'll even buy a house, you know, with a nice picket fence and start a family. The American dream's yours. It's real. You got the paper, now it's time to get that paper. Now all you need to do is get that job.
Job is a slur.
It's no secret that things are absolute dog shit out here. These are some of the worst numbers in unemployment and underemployment in over a decade. To put that into perspective, that's nearly half a decade of your life gone down the drain. Do you realize how much you can do within 5 years? I think the sentiment that people feel about...
I think the job market being as trash as it is just shows that there's not a lot of jobs out there, and the jobs that do exist are nonsense bullshit that they're just putting us through just so people can say that they have a job. You know how many people work in corporate America who can easily be replaced right now? People are working jobs just for show at this point. It's literally gotten to the point where most people are useless at their job, and what you're doing does not matter.
College being a scam is kind of fair right now. Not just because of the stupid amount of debt people take out for it or the job market, but because the weight and the prestige that once came with having a degree isn't held as highly as it used to be. Most degrees don't really guarantee anything anymore, if they ever even guaranteed anything at all. But at the very least, it might have been enough to make yourself stand out as a candidate when entering your career field. But I can't knock down too hard on the people who went into school and had a great experience and who took advantage of the resources that might have been available. But at the end of the day, universities are running a business first. The part of it being a school is only secondary to that. I'm still getting fucking emails donating back to the school to this day.
How much debt are y'all in? I will say that's the one thing I'm thankful for. I went to college for like half a fucking semester, didn't have to go into any debt, and then COVID happened, so I dropped out.
I just want to know what happened to all of our collective tuition money that went to the school in the first place. Like, I know hookers and blow aren't that fucking expensive. The faculty can do better than that. So now you gotta at least try to make the best out of a situation. You know, as for me, I've been spending a lot of time with a couple of new friends. You know, shout out to my boys, LinkedIn, Indeed, Monster, and Craigslist. They've seen how tough things have been out there lately, and they've been trying to help out a little bit, you know, because That's what good friends do.
Indeed,
Sometimes
it's
they
pretty
send me
useless.
these totally legit job listings that are just ripe for applying. But I'm starting to get the sneaking suspicion that I'm not the only one who's applying to these jobs. They say 99% of LinkedIn applicants quit before they're about to strike gold. There's no way to know whether or not you're going to make it, but 9 times out of 10, on the off chance that you apply to a legit job listing.
Back when I used to legitimately spam applications when I was so broke and I needed a job and it was going to kill me having to work the job, but I had to do it anyways, I used to put in like damn near 50 applications a day. And that was like on a bad day. Just shoving them out there. Shove, 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 shove. App. Denied. Unfortunately, we've moved on to other candidates. Can't find anything, so you remain broke. You remain lost. It's actually insane.
You're probably not going to get any further than a rejection. That's only if you're lucky enough to get a rejection, but it's all right because now you have all the time in the world to spend on these job boards applying because you don't have any legitimate real world connections to people in high places who can get your foot in the door. And the people you do know are also trying to get their foot in the door as well. And you know, it's just batshit crazy. It's a bloodbath out there.
I honestly feel bad for people who want to go into the job market. Like me, I'm somebody who is like, fuck that. I'm not doing it. I don't care for jobs. 9 to 5 this, 9 to 5 that. Shut up. I don't care. I don't want to do it. I won't do it. But for the people who actually want to do it, I feel so bad for you that the job market is what it is because you're just fucked. It's like that was the path you were going to go down. You were going to follow the directions of what you were told. And now there's like nothing there for you. So I will say I feel for those people.
Man. The tough thing too is a lot of these entry-level jobs are
But that's why it's always
by the time they show up on
9
these
to
job
5K.
boards anyway. I got that off a random LinkedIn post, so you know it must be true. And even if these companies were putting these jobs posts up without already having someone in the role, why would they want to hire you? They've already got the perfect candidate lined up thousands of miles away, who's definitely ready to work for less than half of what they would have given you. And of course, they'll be happy to do it too. Hell, they might not even be human anymore. It's all right though, you know, because hey, LinkedIn says there are still thousands of jobs available right now. There's no way you won't have to worry about it for too long to get a job. I love it when a company posts a listing for a job opening that doesn't actually exist. Yeah, sure, you've spent the past 5 minutes or so filling out an application for a role we won't even consider you for. That only makes it look like our company's growing, but it's all right because we still have your data on hand that we won't totally use as a metric for showing off to our shareholders how much traction our company's getting from these goofy applicants and how much we're growing as a company. You fuck. All right, sure, you know, fine. Ghost jobs, they happen. You know, companies, they gotta do what they can to grow, I guess. But what if somebody actually reaches out? You've applied for 1,000+ applications and then suddenly you get a message. Ooh, so it looks like all that hard work.
Bro, do you know how many times I've applied to like fucking hundreds of jobs and then somebody calls me and is asking me what made me apply? I don't even know who's on the phone right now. I've applied to so many different roles, different types of jobs from different companies. I have no idea who the fuck you are, why I applied.
Is finally going to pay off. You know, you're finally going to get what you deserve. All you need to do now is pass 6 rounds of interviews for a job that pays you enough to put the fries in the bag. You're finally going to get the chance to do your song and dance with the pretty HR lady or guy. I don't discriminate here. We're getting rejected anyway. That's right, after a couple of rounds, you got ghosted. What can I say? It's spooky shit. This has got to be one of the worst trends I've seen and experienced in employment hunting. Even if they say they want to hear back from you, they don't actually want to hear back from you. They've got a backlog of other candidates.
I know I'm pausing it a lot. I don't care. One thing that also is actually like so retarded is they go through so many rounds of interviews. If you're somebody who currently has a job and you're trying to find another job, how fucking impossible is that nowadays? It's like you'll have to find a creative way to call out of work so that you can go to this interview. And you'll go to that one interview and then they'll say round 2. Now you got to find another creative way. Because you're not going to tell your current job that you're out there searching for another job. So all these 6 interviews and all these days off that you're taking and trying to go on your lunch break and trying to do all this nonsense just to still not get the job is crazy.
candidates that they think might be a better option. They're just kind of holding your hand until they can let you go to find somebody better, unless they already have somebody better. I don't know. And because you can't really find a job in your career field, you need to go back to finding a lower wage job that you worked during college to support your drug dependency. Now you're just competing with other people who got screwed over by the bad job market because everyone needs to work. Everyone needs to find a way to make a means to live. And the looming threat of AI taking over all of these entry-level positions and lower wage jobs aren't helping either, you know? It's tough. Imagine waging your whole career on a language model that may or may not be able to kill you in the next 5 years. This endless cycle of applying, it's killing me, you know? The only things I look forward to now are gooning and eating and sleeping. Is there hope for a better job market? And if there is, what the hell is there to even look forward to? Oh, I can't wait to be a part of that sweet, sweet corporate gaslighting. We're a family. Job security does not exist. You know what? I'm not gonna be like these other YouTubers who'll talk doom and gloom, but won't provide a way out. You know, I don't want to be like that. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm here for. I'm gonna be different. So here are the top 3 ways you can get a job within the next 43,830 hours. Number 3. If you're not emailing or trying to connect back with every recruiter within an 8,000 mile radius, you're doing your job wrong. You know, I heard that there's nothing more that people in HR love than a person who takes initiative, and you know what? That's who you gotta be. That's who you gotta be. They want a person who takes initiative, so that's what you gotta do. Because what's even more telling of a person who wants a job than their credentials or their application? It's their begging. And you know, if you're not begging to these recruiters and these people, you might as well not be applying at all, you know, because they want to see your desperation. Hit up the nearest recruitment office in your vicinity and, you know, just harass the shit out of them. Now that we got that out of the way, number 2. This is the age of the internet. You can do anything on the internet. Everyone's an entrepreneur. Didn't you know that? You're an entrepreneur. Yeah, you watching this video are an entrepreneur. Do you have any possible skills that you can leverage? Is there anything that you may be able to sell? You must have some sort of life experience, right? I mean, come on, you go to the gym, right? You can teach people how to go to the gym. Create a course, sell a course. You're not a real entrepreneur unless you're selling a course. So
Oh my fucking fuck. The people who sell courses, I'm not gonna lie, they've ruined it for anybody who tries to sell a legitimate course. Anybody who really wanted to teach people some real deal shit, it's over. It's over. Because I gotta get in my rant bag right now, bro. It's like, there's so many idiots on both sides. The people who are creating the courses and the people who are buying the courses who will say dumb shit like, look at me. I'm in my $15K a month Miami skyrise apartment. You want to get rich just like me? You want this Lambo just like my Lambo? Look at my watch. You want this watch? Buy my course. $100 a month. And then these idiots eat it up. And I don't know if they're children or they're just sped. But they buy this course. And it's just nonsense. More regurgitated bullshit. Like, oh, just drop ship. Just drop ship. Just do drop shipping. And then GG's. Bye-bye money, and then they're rich. All they did was rent the Lambo. And now you're dumb. Now you're dumb and broke. Go find a job. Because you're too dumb.
What I want you to do now is sit down and write down the top 5 things that you're good at. And when you figure out those top 5 things for every single thing on the list, I want you to create a course. For example, you know, since I've fallen on hard times, I've taken up the liberty of starting my OnlyFans. And you know what? It looks like it's actually working. I may finally be able to afford a house one day. And all I need to do is keep talking to these hopeless and desperate lonely gooners. Anyway, number 1, do you know somebody who can get your foot in the door? Do you know anybody who might be
I'm not gonna lie, this guy's funny.
Anybody from school or do you have a friend in a company? Well, you know what? It's time to take advantage of them. Say, hey, you know, you got a job? I need a job. Because I'm sure they'll be willing to help you out. See, you have an unlimited amount of options to choose from, you know, no big deal. Who cares if you can't get a job? Because, you know, things are gonna go your way. You're gonna be completely fine. All you need to do is keep doing what you're doing over and over and over and over and over again until you make it work. Because what's the definition of success? Just doing something over and over again until you make it work. Have fun.
That was a good video. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good video. That was a good video. But yeah, as always, the ending conclusion is fuck a job.